I'm gonna hit start record. It's recording. This is going on YouTube like it always does. So hi YouTube, welcome everybody. We are going to be playing Danganronpa Despair Paradise. We're doing the investigations and the trial today, right here, right now. So let's load up the game and see where we're at. I don't know if I saved it on the top or if I saved it on the bottom. Sometimes I get weird with that. Yeah, YouTubers are starting to play Danganronpa more.
Hello, Megan.
That is true.
Yo bro, off topic, but I sent ya some Chiaki art I made the other day.
Whoa!
Best to check after stream.
Thank you
I
for the
got you,
100
bro.
biddies. MKU, you're awesome. I love you. Yo, bro, off topic, but I sent some Chiaki fan art I made the other day. Best to check after stream. I got you, bro. I saw it. I saw it on Discord. I saw it already. I saw it. It was nice. I put it in the folder already. Don't worry. I liked it. I can't say what it was on, you know, stream, but I liked it. It was the first save? I thought so. Okay. Because when we went into this, I was like, wait, it doesn't look like this is the right one. But I think if I just go through this door over here, I might be able to just go back to the title screen. Because you remember it like glitched? Yeah, see, there it is. Haha. I know the workarounds. You feel me? I got you. I know the workarounds. Here we are. This is the game. Prepare for trouble and make it double. Well, it might not be necessary. Just know that you are now a true detective. So you will find potentially useful objects for class trials and others that will be useless. After all, how should you know in advance what is useful and what is not? So we'll meet again for the most important change, the class trial. Sweet. Wow, it looks like one person wants to investigate. Hi, Marielle. And I was thinking you would all want to investigate and avenge your friend's death, even though you didn't really know her. What are you here for, now that I think about it? Me? I'm here to give you some files containing information regarding Solin's death. Is there the murderer's name? Ugh. He's got a point. No. Since you're no coroners, this file holds the bare minimum, but nothing indicating who the culprit might be. After all, I should remain unbiased. Okay. Give me all this now. Okay, Roger. So we need to get at it? Take it. Why me? That way you'll have to actually commit to the investigation. What about you? Come on. By the way, all we need to know is how Solin got here. From what I remember, she was standing in front of the store and would stop anyone from getting in. Oh, ingenious. So if we know who brought Solin here, we'll know who did it. That's why there's no need for a full investigation. No, it doesn't change anything. Come on, start reading. What's up, Ayana? And Blair, what's up? Welcome. So this thing is called the Monokuma file. It's not quite an original name. It's not. So what does it say? This victim is Solin Riffler, the ultimate cyclist. The victim's body has been found in the hallway of the town hall. I love this art, by the way. Really cool. The time of death is estimated to be around 4 p.m. The victim has 2 wounds on the superior part of her back and stomach. Okay, so 2 wounds on the back and stomach, resulted by an instant death. No other injuries could be seen. So whoever killed her instantly. Indeed, this file doesn't contain the killer's name. Apart from that, this file isn't giving us new information. And the time of death is like 10 to 15 minutes precise. I wonder how precise it can get. But I doubt it'll tell us the exact time, because if so, then all we have to do is knowing who was there at that time. Monokuma has been added to your evidence list. Sweet. Interesting, but far from enough. We need to ask everyone what they were doing at that time. Let's go then. Where were you? What? You're questioning me? Do you really think I've killed her? You were the one who said we should gather everyone's alibi. I was resting behind the shop. That's not a strong alibi. Can someone prove it? You're doubting me? But it's true. I haven't seen anything suspicious. There was no one with me, but I was resting. All right, as long as you weren't in the bathroom, we're okay. Next week starts school after 9 summer month holidays, and I don't have a sleep. Ooh, that sucks, Pin. That really does suck. All right, let's see what the twins were doing. I'm sorry. What are you talking about? I acted in such an irresponsible way. I even refused Gigi's help. But not only hers, everyone's as well. That's normal, but you did well in the end. If you trust a stranger right away, you can get tricked without even realizing it. So I understand you want to stay with Lore. The problem is that we don't trust anyone. We'll never get out of here. I'm not saying we gotta trust everyone, but we must at least cooperate. So I gotta bring my help if we want to move things forward. So can you tell me where you both were lately? Well, we were behind the bushes, the ones next to the fountain. Oh, really? And what were you doing behind the bushes? I wanted to listen to Leah, but I was too afraid to come with you. So with Luar, we put ourselves in a place where we could listen without being seen. I hope you at least got to enjoy her songs. Do you by any chance have some information about the other person you saw? We saw Yano running without Solen. She was in front of the shop. I don't know. We couldn't see the shop from where we were. Okay, that was their testimony. I hope that helped. Yes, that's perfect. Thanks. And there's footprints here. Clues! Footprints! That's very suspicious. I think it's the killer's footprints. So we need to know who these footprints belong to. No, that can't be possible. How come? It belongs to Solen. Her shoes are dirty. Huh? Then it's no use. But you never know. Maybe it's useful somewhere else. Look, these footprints look like they're heading in the shower before going back to the hallway. I can see that. You don't have to tell me. Good news, I'm starting university next week. I'm going to be doing my YouTube grind when I get my new equipment. Get on out there, do that YouTube grind, man. It's fun. It's definitely fun to, you know, be a content creator. I'm not going to lie. Just make sure you go in with the right mindset, you know? Make sure you go in knowing that there's not going to be much return in the beginning. YouTube is a big investment in the start. You're going to be losing a lot of money getting all the equipment and such that you need. Make sure you get a good mic. Make sure you can display the video game that you want to play smoothly, you know, without it lagging and such like that. So get like a decent computer, I guess you could say. Webcam, I would say, is it's the least important thing out of everything. You don't need a crazy webcam. Just get yourself a basic one, or you just don't even need one. I would say the mic is the most important part. The mic and being able to display the game itself, because people really like good audio quality and video quality, obviously, right? What's up, Hustle King? This standard, I've seen it somewhere before. You can find it in the ceremony hall, or here if I'm not mistaken. But I think we can assume that he was taken in this building, so it avoids transporting it from one building to another. Anyway, this standard is stained with blood. Most likely Solen's blood. And it's only stained on one side. But the big question is, what's it doing here? What would be the point of using this flag? Wrap yourself in it? Okay, so we got the stained stranded. Standard, or... yeah, standard. What is a standard? No doubt, the only place to find this knife is in the store. I wonder if I can examine it. Don't touch the proof. What's the point of altering the evidence? Would there be an advantage for you? Sorry, I just wanted to examine the knife. Jeez. Back up a little bit. Do it with your eyes then. Look, you can see that there's blood mostly on the tip of the knife. There's no more blood on the knife. The angle between the knife and the skin is about 40 degrees. You see, the eye is an extremely powerful tool. We found our Kyoko! She knows everything. Jesus. I think we don't have the same level of competence. I'll never be able to analyze all this with my eyes. That must explain why you can't analyze it. But I did it for you. So now you know everything. Okay. Well, I appreciate that. Window's busted? It's true that I didn't notice it, but the window is broken. Look at all these fragments. There are even some on Solen. Yes, but don't you notice anything else? Not especially. Why do you always take time to notice the essential? Calm down. It's not the end of the world. So look, the fact that the window was broken and its pieces were found on this side means that the window was broken from the outside. Right, so we can conclude that the culprit came in through the window to attack Solen. Why are you talking about culprit? Can't you say Marie? Until the truth hasn't been established by scientific evidence, we cannot say who did it. Anyway, we saw Mary and she asked Solen when she came in through the door or window. Always jumping to conclusions. Okay. That's a knife, more like a machete. That thing is huge, dude. It's a really big knife. All right, I'm not touching it. Leave me alone. Solen, if I want to know more, I have to ask Sophie. This rope, I've seen it somewhere before. It comes from the store. That's strange. It looks like there's a piece missing, or rather that it was cut off. Okay, so there's cut rope by her. Is there anything else in this room? It looks like that's it. All right, let's continue our investigation elsewhere. Oh. Kelly! Eee! What are you doing here? Who, me? Of course, you're not gone yet?
Hello, Megan!
Not as you can see. No, as you can see, I want to show that I'm not dumb. You're not forced to listen to Leah? Even though I don't think the opposite. Appearances are quite important nowadays. Hey, brave soul, thank you for the biddies. I appreciate it. They must see me as someone able to control spirits. All right, fine. Did you find anything useful? Well, no. In fact, I spent this whole time watching what Sophie was doing. I had quite a nice view of what was happening downstairs. As soon as she makes a mistake, I'll be here to tell her. You know, I don't think she makes many mistakes. You never know. I'm never going to be famous if I can't help a great scientist. She's got a point. However, on first sight, it doesn't seem like there's a good view from here. I really feel sorry for Solen. And so, what are you doing here? I'm gathering everyone's testimony for Alexandre. Testimonies about what? Where you were when the murder occurred. What? You don't remember? I had to be on stage for Leah. No, I don't want to remember. It was awful. Never again. Indeed, must have been a horrible moment. In that case, I'll leave you be. Yeah, we were there. So she has an alibi for sure. Kind of. Maybe. Sorta.
What's up?
What are you planning to do to Mike? I'm gonna talk to everyone in order to get more information about the murder. Who's dead? Solen is dead, so that was the ultimate cyclist. But we already know it's Mary. No time to explain. May I know where you were? Yeah, I was doing some sports. I went to see Solen in order to ask her if she wanted to join me, but she refused. Now that I think about it, I should have forced her, and none of this would have happened. You know, it's not your fault. You couldn't know things were going to end up this way. But well, this is what I did lately, and then I went to join you, and you know the rest. Now that I think about it, if she refused, it means that she didn't want to leave her position. So why did she end up there? No idea. Something smells fishy. All right, thank you for everything. Can I talk to the others? Do you mean Vivian, Mary, and Julian? Yes.
Let me know if there's trouble.
Okay, but if there's trouble, I'll interrupt everything. All right. Sounds good. Why won't Blaze read my messages? Because I'm reading myself. I have a lot to read. This part of the game is very dialogue heavy. Anything important happen other than the murder occurring? No. And that was in the last episode, so we're just doing the investigation right now. Where do I need to go? Okay, here they are. Let's see what Julian has to say. Mike! Help me! They trapped me here for no reason! For no reason? Are you serious? You pointed your weapon at us and you think we did this for no reason? Of course, it's not that much of a big deal. It's just that when I crave candies, my behavior changes. Your behavior changes? What do you mean? Well, candies enable me to stay calm. Because if I don't get any, I start to be like I was. I mean, you get the idea. I was looked down upon so often that I began hating people. But with my candies, everything is fine. So help me out. I think it's up to me to decide. Also, I came here for another reason. Where were you when the murder took place? I was looking for candies. Why? Once again, I searched the shop's hall. I saw Vivian when I was there. Were you even able to access the shop? Because Solen made sure no one would get in. When I got there, she wasn't in the shop. Why do you think she left? She might have wanted to take a shower. That don't sound right to me. Now that I helped you, you should help me. No, I already told you that I can't. I'd rather not talk to you, but I kind of have no choice. So I'm gonna make it quick. Where were you an hour ago? I stayed in the town hall, and I'm sorry for what I did to you. Yeah, keep those apologies for yourself. I don't care. Oh my god. We won't even like hear him out? Jeez. I heard what you were looking for, but I'm not the culprit. Oh, really? Then explain yourself. I don't know. Someone must have brought me there. Then how do you explain the fact we found you on top of Solen's body? Because I was trying to save her. By stabbing her? No, there was a snake on Solen's back. That's what I was trying to take off. You're talking about that rope? It is so true indeed that it looks so much like a snake. Wow. Don't you have better arguments?
Trust me.
You have to trust me. Someone is trying to frame me. Look, I don't have any blood on me at all. Wait, that's actually true. Then she's not the murderer. No, it doesn't make sense. We saw her. You have to believe me, Mike. I must think about this. Did someone trick her? I have to know more about this case. Why didn't you come to the show? I told you. Someone must have drugged me and placed me on top of Solen. What? I was in town hall, then I woke up on Solen. I feel like it might be Julian, dude. Like, Julian's feeling suspicious to me. I feel like the candies that Monokuma took was like the motive for him to like start killing people. Okay, girl, if you say so. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, something don't seem right there. Oh, we didn't finish? We didn't finish up here? I thought we were pretty much done. Oh, hold up, but I can look around. I don't see anything else. The bromance is gone, guys. It's completely gone. No more bromance for us. Was I missing another truth bullet? I'm at work, so no time to stay, but have a good day, man. Hey, thanks, Rob. I appreciate it. Have a good day at work. Maybe I need to go in here. Go to showers? Okay. If I can remember how to get there. Oh, do I? Well, everything seems to match what's written on the Monokuma file. I think we can consider this as a reliable source of information. However, these are only superficial information. Better researches are required. You heard what Alexandre wanted me to do, right? Yes, the faster we end this, the faster I'll be able to continue my research. So I went in the town's hall office to grab some books in order to find any sort of information. Then I stayed near the big door to learn more. But something's wrong. I saw Solen leaving with the same rope we could see here. Wait, are you saying that this rope is the one Solen took from the shop? Yes, and the question is why? Why would she have taken that rope in the first place? What was she planning to do with it? That's a mystery we'd have to solve then. Indeed, but that's not the most important for now. If you want more information about my research, you'd have to talk to me later. You think it's one of the twins? Okay, no, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We heard you. We heard you. We heard you. My bad. I didn't mean to click on you. Oh my god, no, no, stop. I'm going so many places. There it is. All right, let's go upstairs. I didn't really get to check this room, so. Wait a minute. There was a standard here before. There's a good chance it's the one we found next to Solen. No, there's no doubt about it. And that may explain some things. Nothing has changed here. Always the same view. What the hell are we going to find? Nothing at all. What is this? Looks like a piece of rope. Oh, there's the rope. And there's traces of blood on it. It looks like the tip was cut unnaturally. Oh, everything is good. I collected everyone's alibis and I know a little more about this incident. Time to report to Alexandre. Sweet. Can we get an RIP to the Mike and Vivian bro? I know! That's so sad. The bromance is completely destroyed. Good night, Maddie. So are you sure that you talked to everyone? Tell me everything. So I began to explain every single discussion I had and the elements I gathered. After several minutes of repeating my speech to make sure he understood correctly, he began to loosen up. That's great! Isn't it better when you know what's going on? All we got to do is wait for Sophie's report. On the other hand, it's very strange. The fact that you saw Mary not covered with blood is odd. Wait, She's not the killer. I knew it. Who else is covered in blood? Nobody. That's the thing. But there has to be a logical explanation. For now, nothing makes sense to me. Plus... What's going on? Oh, Kelly! What is happening? Why is this happening to me? Why am I not surprised? Kelly, what are you doing here? I want to be useful. She's in the showers? That doesn't explain why you're here. I came to see if there was anything interesting in the shower. When I opened the tap, a diluvian rain fell upon me. It has to be the work of a spirit. He was trying to tell us something. Can't you calm down for a bit? Sophie was right. You're not helping us at all. What in the world? I guess she just wanted to get wet, right? You're gonna see another thing coming. One day, I will be useful. Ah! Suddenly, Kelly began to run towards the town hall. So, where were we? This is great. Why are you being so rude with Kelly? Anyway, we have to remember everything currently happening. Now we're going outside. We need to ask for the others about their alibis. Let's continue our investigation then. Don't forget that we also have to check the market. Yeah, check the market and talk with the others. That pun was terrible. I mean, we throw some bad puns out there here and there, you know. We do our thing. Why do we have to investigate a murder? That's right, but the body discovery announcement is a clue. Indeed, because the announcement is only done when at least 3 people have discovered the body. There was Gigi, Yano, and myself. So it's already decided. In a way, I guess. But that's no time to stop investigating. Damn, Kelly just wants to help, man. I know! I feel so bad. I feel so bad for Kelly. Oh, wait, let's talk to the painter. Anzo, what's happening is truly pitiful. Because of that, we're going to witness Mary's death. What a dummy. Did she want to leave this place that badly? It's sad, but at least we'll stay alive. We just switched on an unending wheel. Now that Mary has begun, others will do the same. All this will continue until the game ends. Him, who is usually calm and selfless, now he's showing a certain form of anger. Okay, let's calm down a little and talk about something else. So what do you want to talk about? It's not going to change much from the subject of earlier, but what were you doing before we found Solin? You're gonna have a mental breakdown if I give out another lewd pun? I hate puns, I really do. I was looking for dyes in order to paint. To paint? But where? Behind the hall, on the walls that hold us captives. But seeing the variety of colors over here, I couldn't make this paint great enough. Have you seen anyone suspect while looking for dyes? I was so absorbed in my thoughts that I didn't even care. However, if you have time, you can see what I've done. Okay, thanks. Sweet. We are going to... Why is Kelly over there? What are you doing over there, Kelly? Hello? Are you good? And she ended up being the first victim. I don't have to ask her what she was doing. Wait a moment. When we started the concert, I didn't see Celine in front of the market. She was probably in the town hall. By the way, you wouldn't remember who accessed the store. There was Julian and Yano, but it was long after Solin left. Yeah, it's true that it's not relevant. So you don't remember anyone passing by? Well, I don't remember everything, but there was Yano that was doing his goings and returns.
Megan.
Sophie's was right next to the door. Anonymous cheerer, thank you for the 22 bitteroonies. I appreciate that. And they're Halloween too. That's pretty cool. You're awesome. Who else did I see? Oh yeah, Valentine too. But what's the point of knowing that? You'll soon find out. Oh, tell me right now. No, this is too silly. Way too silly. If Blaze was in a Danganronpa game and if he dies, SHSL Blaze die. No, I can't die. That can't happen. That would be so messed up. Whoa, we got a raid? Hey, what's up, raiders? I truly appreciate you guys coming on down. Who is that? Protection Circle with the raid. That is so amazing. I appreciate you so much, Protection Circle. You're great. Raiders, welcome. We're playing Danganronpa. This is a fan game of Danganronpa. If you've ever heard of Danganronpa, it is a murder mystery game, visual novel that takes place in a high school. But the community has been so great, and they have come together in different teams and have created these different fan game projects, and it's been amazing so far. So we're playing one of them. This is Danganronpa Despair Paradise, and it's really fun. But welcome. Who would want to kill Blaze in a killing game? Not me. No one would want to kill me. That'd be rude. God, this is all too sudden for my person. The sight of blood. Ah, I hate that. It will take me a long time to erase these images off my head. Yes, these are not images we'd like to keep. No, but honestly, what's the deal with the other idler? There are only weird people here. All of them except me. I'm not sure everyone's weird, but a lot of them are. And a good part of them are dangerous at the same time. Anyways, could you help me with something important? Blaze is a survivor? I better be. Depends on which one. What were you doing before we found Celin's body? It seems you haven't learned your lesson, my young man. I decide what I do and not the others. I just repeated myself. Anyway, all of this to say that I have no reason to tell you what I was doing. But it's for the investigation. Impossible. It's no use to keep insisting. Right. I give up. You have no testimony. I understand. You don't want to give it to me. You're an asshole. I get it. What is this? It's an Easter egg. Yeah, what is that? It looks like a monster. Let's talk to Leah. And the curtains fall. Soon, Mary will no longer be alive. Blaze would be the best boy character, to be honest. Probably a chapter 5 death. At least I'd last till chapter 5. And not be like Rontaro. That'd be great. Why are you acting like this? You can't be happy about someone's death. Come on, don't tell me you never wanted anyone to die. It's not as if I'm enjoying it, but at least we'll stay alive. Plus, it's normal for a murderer to have the death penalty. We make him suffer what he did to others. One issue to argue about is the details of the murder. Can we consider the person as a murderer if it's on a legitimate offense? Yes, it's as simple as that. Okay, otherwise you wouldn't have noticed anything unusual during the concert. Now that I think about it, yes. Kelly is not very skilled in the role of the footstep. What did I expect from her? Otherwise, I only had you as a view, because you always have to look at your audience during a show. Also, for a moment, I felt you were quite evasive towards me. Are you sure that you've listened to all of my songs? Me? Yes, they were all awesome songs. So what's your favorite song? Sorry, but I still have work to do. I'll tell you later. Liar, liar, but it's okay. You just don't know how to appreciate what's perfect. I guess we could do that. There's nothing interesting here. It's not related to the murder. Okay, can't go in there. Can we go to the shop though? Nico B and Blaze would probably team up. That'd be so cool. You know what's kind of cool about that? Hold on. It's like Weeby actually, when she did a collab with Nico B, I think she talked to him. Maybe it wasn't a collab. I think she just talked to Nico B. She actually told Nico B about me. Like she mentioned me to him. And I'm like, that was so amazing. Like, I want to make an all YouTuber Fangan. That would be so cool, dude. That'd be so dope. What's up, Cracktivity? What a nightmare. We lost a person who meant a lot to us. For me too. What are you saying? You never considered anyone before? That's because I didn't understand our situation. And then the way I behaved with you before. I shouldn't have done that. We meant team up to kill someone? You think me and Nico B would kill somebody? We're both like really nice people though. That's like two of the nicest YouTubers ever. Teaming up to kill people. You would have changed your behavior in such a short period of time? I have to. Otherwise, I'll only be causing problems. And that's not my aim. I don't know what you're up for. But this is suspicious. I don't understand what you're saying. Well, is there any way I can help you? Yes, I'd like to know what you did before the murder. Nothing quite abnormal. I was roaming around. I could see Mary going in the town hall at a certain time. She was quite in a rush, actually. Mary, you say? So, why did she lie? I know she's masochistic, but still. Uh-oh. Now it's pointing towards Mary. If a Danganronpa YouTuber thing would happen, Weeby News would be the mastermind. She'd be a good one, too. You know, there was a bug that showed Shsl in front of the store during the investigation. When I tested it for the first time, I felt the chills going on my spine. So far, you're lucky to encounter no bugs. That'd be crazy. Good night, Gyro. Or, Geosob. I called them Gyro. My bad. I didn't mean to do that. Maybe I should go behind the store. If I missed the last clue in the shop, my bad, my bad, my bad. I was thinking it was either going to be in the shop or behind the shop. Oh, the rope. Well, no doubt about it. The rope and the knife came from here. But I think that we're going to find something here. Are you trying to find clues here? Yes. Then I could tell you that there's nothing unusual here. I came here as soon as I left the town hall and inspected what might be interesting. That's what I was thinking. There's nothing we can find here. Well, the only things we could find are weapons. Mike, are you done? He never stops. When I think about it, I might have done too much. Maybe the answer wasn't that far-fetched. Yeah, I wonder why you thought there was a trap. I don't know. It seems suspicious. It's too easy. But there's also something that bothers me about Mary. Anyways, it's time to check the ceremony hall. What? The ceremony hall? But why? How should I know? It may be useful. No, I'm just saying that... Uh-oh. Monokuma. Stop! Time out. Investigation is over, and now it's time for the class trial. The most intense moment of this game, where everything can turn into tragedy in a fraction of a second. Revelations of all kinds and destruction of friendships. Hurry and gather on the central square of the area. Saved by the Bell. What a great show. Looks like it's impossible to investigate further. Oh, no, 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 no. We forgot to ask Sophie for the autopsy. Uh-oh. Well, I mean, that's what the class trial's for, right? I swear that everything is a lie. You have to believe me. Someone placed me on Shsl and gave me a knife. Wait, this music, though. Hey, I like this music. Hold on, turn up. Sophie, what's the verdict? Quick. How odd. I was wrong after all. I never thought you'd come to see me. Yeah. Cut your speech short. According to my analysis, both wounds are located on her chest with almost the exact same angle. Moreover, those seem to be quite deep. They are definitely not superficial cuts. What's even more surprising is that an extreme accuracy was needed in order to stab twice with the exact same angle. And that's it. Is that everything you found? Well, I've made a brief summary of my analysis, as he asked me to. On second thought, tell us more details. No bruises found. According to the body's position, Mary was in front of Shsl before stabbing for the first time, and ended with a hit from behind. Since I don't have my equipment, I couldn't go very far with my analysis. The blood we found in... Well, there's no point in listening to them anymore. So, what are we waiting for? It's true that we've been waiting a while now. Oh, this is a Code Lyoko song? I see. Hi, Blaze. I'm new to your Twitch. Love your videos. Terry Danganronpa! Welcome! Hi, welcome to T-Witch. How have you been? Or perhaps we're not actually forced to go to the class trial because we know who's the culprit. Nothing too surprising for the best sidekick this world has ever known. I don't think it's thanks to what you've done. Here I am. Sorry for the late arrival. You know it takes time to set everything up. Ensure that no overflows occur. Conceive a place for the event. Well, you know, that's what backstage people do. So we're leaving this place? That's right. We still gotta be careful though. We can't fully trust him. If we're going somewhere else, that's for a good reason. Absolutely. And to keep the past secret, we'll carry you in your sleep. If we gotta wait for everyone to fall asleep, we're not out of the woods yet. Either we wait until evening so that everyone can sleep, or assuming that a person takes between 5 to 20 minutes on average to sleep, multiplying by the number of people here. What are you doing? Why? Hi, Marahim. What's up, Marahime? No time for that. You're all gonna fall asleep thanks to this. What is that? You don't think that you're gonna... My head is spinning. What's that gas? It didn't take long for me to feel nothing. This man Monokuma threw a grenade at him? Full of sleeping gas? Oh, the class trial looks cool. What the hell? I like this trial room. My head. This courtroom looks really dope, dude. Despite the dizziness, I managed to regain consciousness. A confined space. White is the main color here. Impossible. Don't tell me that. I'm in the afterlife? So we all went to the other side? We are ghosts. It appears we're still alive. Obviously. Do you know what's going on? I can't believe she said that. Kelly, what are you talking about? He's not wrong. Can you calm down a little?
Pinch me too.
Why should we pinch you? So you can get horny? So this is the trial room. This is my song. Welcome to the trial room. Do you see these stands at the center of the room? Please stand in front of the one with your name on it. The long-awaited moment will finally take place. That's right. The reason why we're here. Oh, we got the speech is to find the person responsible of this murder. The one who killed Solin Riffler. Solin, the one who didn't want to use violence and wanted to find a way out. There it is! Hey! And whoever did this, the culprit of this murder. Everyone knows. We saw them when we found Solin's body. It can only be Mary, and we're going to get her to confess once and for all. It could only be her? Are you sure about that? All right, what do we got? We got the Monokuma's file. We got Kelly's account. We got Sophie's account. We got Stained Standard. We got Matilda's account. We got Broken Window. We got Yano's account. We got Knife. We got Rope. We got Marie's account. We got Cut Rope. We got Julian's account. We got Footprints. We got Vivian's account. We got Gigi's account. We got Valentine's account. We got Pajama. We got all these accounts, and all of the true bullets are here, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the class trial. Let's do it. This will be interesting. It will be very interesting. I'm excited for this. Let's begin with a simple explanation of what that wonderful class trial is. During the trial, you will present your arguments on who the killer is and vote for who done it. Vote correctly and only the culprit will be punished. But if you pick the wrong person, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened. And he alone will gain the right to leave this place. He or she. And now, it's time for this impressively wonderful class trial. Debate, be self-affirming, and let your voices rise loud and proud. Well, you got the idea.
Will you be able to vote?
Hold up. Whoa, 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 whoa. Is this full voice acting? As soon as you have drawn a conclusion approved by most of you...
Then, let's vote straight away.
Hold up. Already? But you didn't even start the debate. It would have been the fastest class trial of my long existence. Why are you saying that? You've already organized killing games before? Oh, please. We're not here to talk about me. Well, at least, I guess everyone here agrees to vote Mary as the culprit.
Yes, despite everything we saw what happened.
Oh, yeah, I should probably save. Let's settle then. If anyone has an objection, speak freely. Yeah, let's save real quick. There we go. Just in case we encounter a bug or something. Hey, I disagree. I already told you. Someone is trying to frame me. It looks like there's a little bit of voice acting here and there. All of this is just a trick by the real culprit. All right, you masochist freak. No need to blame anyone else. All of the evidence points to you. Ah, so that's how you see me? Does she have a negative IQ or something? Her IQ might not even be negative. I think it just cannot be measured. Will you please laugh at Vivian's jokes? I'm afraid he'll throw a tantrum. Listen, I told you I was sorry. Honestly, I regret what I've done, but you can move on as well. Mary, please, we're trying to get out of here. Exactly. Of course. That's all that was missing. Mister thinks he can lecture me? You are most definitely in the right to tell me what to do. You? Who wanted to kill me? Everyone can make mistakes. That's enough from you. Stop playing innocent. Do you think no one's noticed your little trick? Come on. What's your point?
Mike, stop. Valentine's done nothing wrong. I understand for Vivian, but him...
Aren't we getting off topic? Okay, calm down a bit. Then why are you claiming it's not you? Who cares about that? No, not really. I want to hear Mary explaining herself. And only then we could debate whether she's the culprit or not. He's wildin'? I know, right? It's okay, I was kidding. No need to stare at me with those gloomy eyes. So, Mary, what do you want to start with? Let me think. Do you really need to think in such a situation? You should already have the arguments to prove you're not the culprit. You know, everyone's different. Some think super fast, and some as slow as snails. Okay, someone drugged me and placed me on Solon's body. And what were you drugged with? How the hell would I know? It could have been the same substance used to get us here. True? After all, the store is full of all types of products. Not possible! I would never mix my tools with yours. All products are homemade. Everything is made in Monokuma. Okay, it might not be the same product, but there's got to be similar ones. I guess. I think it's the right time to take action. We'll see if what Mary says is true. The events are taking quite an interesting turn, and you should better read what I'm saying. Like F1 is to see all the true bullets. Okay, F1. Okay, sweet. We're going to see our first mini game. How class. This game is called the non-stop debate. Oh, I messed up my thing doing that, actually. Ooh. Oh, because I have that hotkeyed. Ooh, let me change my hotkeys real quick then on my stream. Oops. Give me 1 second, y'all. I have that hotkeyed on my OBS, so not anymore. The other students are going to present their arguments, which will be written in yellow. If you think that they are lying, you need to aim with the right argument to counter what the person is saying. Use the scroll wheel to pick your argument and fire with the left mouse button. Don't forget, use F3 to see all commands. Ooh, I might have to get rid of all my hotkeys. And there's another element, but I can't remember what it is. Well, if I remember at some point, I will tell you then. Probably was not very important. Okay. Yeah, my bad for going into full screen mode. So all we have is the Monokuma file. We're willing to, but start talking then. Someone drugged me. Is that even possible? What do you think about it, Sophie? It seems very plausible. Oh, did the chat go away? It'll come back. This does not help very much. Do you remember where you were before that? Oh, you have all the truth bullets? Okay, wait. Hold up. I gotta bind this game the right way then. I didn't think I was gonna have to use like the F3 keys and stuff, so I didn't have that stuff set up. Okay, we are good now. Sweet. List of evidences. Okay, F2. F2. Okay. Hit save. You can change evidence with the mouse scroll. Okay. That makes sense. Oh shit, look at that. We have everything. Okay, let's see what we got here. Can we fast forward though? I don't see a fast forward key. I was in the ceremony hall. No doubt then she really was drugged. I don't remember her being in the ceremony hall. Let me see. Yeah, see? He saw Mary going to City Hall during the concert. That was Valentine's account, or Valentine's. Can I fast forward? No one was there. How could you know if I'm lying? And what do you think that proves? Nothing. Wait, what? Hold up. Maybe that wasn't the right one. She claims to have been drugged and was previously in the ceremonial hall. Hi, Blaze. Hey, what's up, Gamer Prime? Welcome to the stream. Before the murder, Julian was looking for candy. He could have searched the ceremony hall and the store without finding anything. He only saw Vivian when he went to the ceremony hall and when he went to the search store. Okay, so he only saw Vivian in the ceremonial hall. He didn't see Mary. Okay, so we got that. Julian's account. You can't fast forward for now. For this one, you have to use Julian since he went to the ceremony. Okay. No, yeah, I got that part. Appreciate it. This class trial is okay so far. It's just a little different. Like, you know, you got to get all the keys and stuff, controls all set up. Well, at least I did, because I have a bunch of streaming controls and stuff and hotkeys that I have set up on my keyboard to change the scenes, which is why it's all weird like that. Does anyone know what Monokuma's salmon wife's name? No. There we go. Powder! Mary, it's not possible. You could not have been in the hall. No? What makes you say that? I've tracked the movements of some of us. And according to what Julian said, Vivian was alone when he went in the hall. That's your argument? If he stayed only a few seconds, he could not have seen me. Moreover, we can't even be sure that he went in the hall. Then all we have to do is ask Vivian. Apparently, he was already on the scene. He could tell us if he saw Julian. Oh, okay, yes, I saw Julian. No way I could have missed him. He was there, mumbling about some piece of candy. But I'm sure that Mary never came into the hall for that whole afternoon. You're not going to believe him, are you? He could be lying. I just remembered, he was the one who drugged me. What? After all, he always wanted to leave this place. He used me. Why is she lying so much all of a sudden?
All those speeches about forgiveness.
Then it wasn't enough? All those speeches about forgiveness? All of that? Just for trying to pretend you were innocent?
What? Then Marie has nothing to do with it?
You're jumping to conclusions. Yes, it's not me. There's no way it could have been me. You know what I mean. I'll immediately be suspected if there's a murder. I'll let go of my chance to leave this place. What do I have to say? What do I have to say then? I'm unlucky to be alive. It's not what I meant. The more I think about it, the less likely this drug story gets. Assuming that, as she says, Vivian drugged her. He would have had to carry Marie from the ceremony hall to the town hall. Okay, so I was saying her name right before. I was always saying Mary because I had a friend that spelled Mary like that same way, but it is Marie. Okay. Which is impossible because Marie is taller and heavier than him. He would have had a hard time carrying her. Moreover, he would have passed in front of Leia's concert. Mario fan, Sam, what's up? Welcome. Stealth-wise, it's not the best option. Hey, isn't that a bit mean to say I'm heavy? I don't understand. Why are you insisting so much?
Keep talking so that everyone here can see you're the culprit.
Okay then. From where I've killed Solen? I mean, assuming I killed her. Stop with all those excuses. You're on top of Solen, so you murdered her. Undeniable fact. Unless we prove it otherwise, no one saw me coming in with her, right? Right, Sophie? Yeah, that's right. When I saw Solen heading to the town hall, no one was with her or followed her. And that proves my innocence. You know what? She's the perfect person to frame in this instance. Right? Because she wants people to hurt her, right? So you would want someone like that to look like a victim or look like the suspect. Since she's such a masochist. You could just as well have waited inside to kill her. What's with that midget loser? It doesn't seem You understood. I guess we're out of options. She's out again. She's out of options. Wait, what? That's the right time to contradict her. Okay. You don't understand. What don't I understand? We found Celin's body, her belly facing the floor. So I would have to attack her from behind. I think the creator said it was made in Unreal Engine last stream. That's cool. And Sophie just said that Celin was alone. To put in a nutshell, I didn't do it. You could just as well have waited for her inside. Is that so? Then where? Where everyone washes themselves. The showers. Impossible. No. Flash! Thank you for the sub.
Here we go.
You entered through the window. But you would have seen me through the window. You might have jumped from the roof? For a surprise attack. She couldn't see you and you jumped on your prey. Just like Spider-Man? What? Wait, what? I would need a rope and there's no place to tie any. That's not true. Wait, you're wrong. Otherwise, my legs would have suffered. I need to focus on more on what she's saying. That's wrong. Was it a bullet that we had, though? Yeah, here it is. Here it is. Cut rope. Can I find it? Cut rope. Dobby! Kolash, thank you so much again for that sub. I truly appreciate it. Every sub matters and counts. You are great. All right, let's see if we could shoot this with the... So right now, we can't fast forward. Kelly is a Spider-Man fan, confirmed, right? Just like Spider-Man. Great Dynamo, what's up? Welcome. It's okay if you're late. Is it this? Let's go! That's what I'm talking about, boys. In fact, there was a way. By carefully observing the town hall's balcony, I found a small piece of rope hanging out from the balcony's metallic bars. Would you mind explaining how that's helping at all? It means that she could have gotten through the window without even touching the ground.
So she used that sling?
Apparently, no one knows what that is. In that case, some explanation are needed.
It's a mirror chase play.
What is that? Absolutely.
It allows someone to get down a facade with maximum safety.
Oh.
Using the facade as a support, you can control your falling speed.
It's like rappelling. In that case, why is there only a piece remaining? Easy, that's because the rope has been cut.
Then where's the rest of the rope?
This looks really good for Unreal Engine, by the way.
It couldn't have just vanished.
She must have hit it somewhere. No, I don't think so. The rope on Celin's body was the cut piece. What do you mean? There was blood at the tip of the hanging rope from the balcony. There was also blood on the rope we found in the corridor as well. But in that case, why cut the rope in the first place? Sis, that's not really important. She could have cut it in order to try hiding the evidence. Then couldn't she have just untied the rope instead of cutting it? Because it allowed us to understand her trick. Maybe she was in a hurry? And that's for the best. If she had committed the perfect murder, we'd all be dead by now. So what tool could have been used to cut the rope? A knife? The knife's the only thing that makes sense to me. Do, 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 do. Yeah, let's just... How do I, like, accept it, though? What key is it? Is it enter? I click somewhere else? How does this work, Liviano? Oh, right click. Okay. Oh, she used the knife used to kill Celine. Hey, why are you interrupting me? What's the matter? I'm saying the truth. The world doesn't revolve around you, man. He is right. It's a team effort. Additionally, what he's saying is true. Thank you. We're not all idiots. You're not the only one who's going through this. I mean, yeah, it's true that some of you didn't do anything during the investigation, but we still can think in a logical way. We need to get back on topic. In that case, it means that the knife used to cut the rope is also the murder weapon. I'm allowing myself to interfere before everything becomes chaotic. You're going to assist in the rebuttal showdown, another type of minigame. Okay. Your opponent will present arguments in order to contradict you, and it's up to you to find its weak point if there is one. Yes, you heard well. Perhaps your opponent is right. So use the left click in order to destroy his words and scroll to select your evidence. And use the right click to contradict your opponent's weak point. Okay, sweet. Of course, you must align them with the gun you have. And just in case you think your opponent is right, just let him win. Let his words intact and you'll accept his opinion. Which would mean that there are several paths to take. Wait, really? You're done for. You killed her. Argue. Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. Okay. This is kind of cool. Ah! Keep shooting. Shoot it all. There would have been blood on my clothes. I think that's the thing I needed to shoot. Oh shit. I'm just trying to save Celine. So stop accusing me. I think that was I think the first one is the one I needed to shoot. Is she even right? I think so. Let me see. Yeah, let's see. What, Blaze, what is your rebuttal showdown like? I'll kill your logic. Once again, no. There must have been an easier way for her to have protected her clothes from being covered in blood. Okay, I got it. I got it. Near the body, we found this blood-stained banner. Moreover, only one side had blood on it. We could deduce that you used it to protect yourself from the blood splatters. There are still some blurry elements, but the banner might have been used as a cover. So she wrapped the banner around herself. Whoa, she thought of everything. Marie's kind of scary. Exactly, but we must say that she didn't hide it very well. That changes nothing. We almost pushed Marie to her limit. That's nice, but there's one thing I don't get. Why wasn't the banner on Marie when you found her? Because I was done with the murder. I was removing the knife. Oh, thanks. So, what?
Why would you say that?
Why would you say that?
You had enough? Are you finally accepting your judgment?
I'm missing something. How could you be in possession of the knife? So Lynn wouldn't let anyone in the store. Let me tell you about it. After all, there's no need for me to continue to defend myself. At the end of the day, you'll guess how I did it. I went to see Celine shortly before the wait, whoa, 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 whoa. She's just owning up to it like that? Wait, whoa, whoa. I asked her to let me pick up a few things, like some red cloth. She let me in, and that's when I was able to take the knife. Then I asked her to meet me in 5 minutes to help me prepare the material in the town hall. And then, you know what happened. I waited for her, and then I went through the window to surprise her. And I took her down with 2 deep blows to the torso. That's what I thought. Is there a twist? Like...
So everyone agrees that Marie is the culprit. It was just Sophie who was reluctant, but she finally accepted the truth.
I'm confused. I never said anything, only...
Yes, if you like.
No more objections? Yes. Wait a moment. There's something that bothers me. I know why she's doing that. I know why. She's a masochist. She wants to be punished. Get it? So she's owning up to it. She's not the killer though, but she's owning up to it because the thought of being punished is going through her mind right now. Like, yeah, that sounds good. So yeah, we're not gonna let her. We're not gonna let her get her way. And which would be? Oh yeah, so Lynn going to the town hall. Like, why did she go there? Oh, I scroll.
Objections that serve no purpose are proof of acceptance.
What's up, Shy Creative? You're saying something that doesn't make any sense. Sounds more like a line from Philippe. Everything he says is weird. Me weird? You know that anyone wearing that kind of language is just as weird as it is suspicious.
Well, then we're also for the vote.
Well, then we're all in agreement? So you finally decided who to pick as the guilty one?
Yeah, and it looks like we knew that all along.
Wait, what? And that person is... Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, how do I move? Wait, a bug? This can't be it. This might be the fastest trial ever? What the fuck just happened? You got a bad ending bug? What is this nonsense? Okay, then I'll just hit her with it. Great. I guess you could say I got a little bored in that trial, but at least the result could be a lot of fun. Fun, what's he talking about? And it's time. Vote for the person you feel is guilty. Before we vote, could we say once and for all about the events of this murder? Jeez, frankly, your interruptions are the definition of anticlimax. Wait, whoa, what is happening? Why do girls always have to be such a big pain in the ass? You tell them to shut up and now she keeps talking.
Keep it up and you get a good beating as soon as we get out of here.
Maybe I went down the wrong path, I don't know. It's okay. Humor in women, it doesn't do very well for you. In that case, let me summarize the whole thing. Go ahead if you're that excited about it. Don't forget to hydrate yourself during your long monologue. Hold up, what am I doing? Oh. Okay. I get it. Is that Claude Lyoko music? I think this is. Wait a second. So the culprit is talking to Solène. Then they go over to Leah and Kelly. Then they go to the town hall. I am more than confused. This is the opening of Kolyoko just slowed down. Okay, that's pretty cool. You have to read from left to right. The first picture is the right one. Okay. So like a manga or a comic book. So they dipped. I thought it would be this one right here, but I guess it's not that one because I already picked that one. And it's not this first one either because I picked that one and it didn't work. And it's not this one. Okay, it was the knife one. Sweet. So then the culprit is talking to Solène. I think it's this one, right? No? Something's way off. Isn't this too quick? That's what I was thinking. All right, we're gonna go with this one. Yeah, it was that one. Okay. So they're scaling. Before they started scaling, obviously they had to do this. That's when they busted through the window. Oh, wait. Nani? This is one of the endings. Keep playing, then you can replay. Okay. So there's multiple endings. Okay, so there, I mean, it did say different paths, but it doesn't really explain like how you get to those different paths. But I guess like I got there somehow. I'm waiting for the twist to happen. I thought it was this one where it seems like they're breaking in. But it's not. Oh, okay. I guess it was the one where she was peeking in. So look, she gets stabbed. Okay, it's that, and then she gets stabbed. Wait, what? Okay, it's the body. They're looking, but before that, they had to get rid of this, right? And then that's when he saw? Yeah. Okay, there it is. Well, to be honest, in every nonstop debate, you have multiple evidences. So that's here where your path changes. Okay. It all started shortly before the concert. Marie was going to help Leah and Kelly prepare for the concert. Or at least that's what she let everyone else think. She had another plan in mind to murder Solène. To do this, she used the excuse of preparing for the concert so that she could get into the store, allowing her to take the murder weapon, the knife. Given the size of the knife, she must have put it in her clothes to hide it from view. After retrieving the knife, she asked Solène to meet her in the town hall, but not right away, to avoid seeing Solène and Marie entering the town hall at the same time. Meanwhile, Marie, who was in one of the rooms of the town hall, made preparations for her plan. She tied the rope to one of the pillars of the balcony in order to get in through the window. In addition, the balcony was hardly visible from the outside. The only way to see it was from behind. She then wrapped herself in one of the standards in the same room and waited for Solène to arrive. It was then that Solène made her appearance in the town hall. Okay, now this is all cool once you put it all together. Not knowing where to go, she went to every room. Her footprints show that she went to look in the showers. Everybody is about to be a victim. However, when she arrived in the corridor, Marie took the opportunity to jump on her. Her plan was accomplished, so she began to hide the evidence. Afraid of getting caught, she decided to do it as quickly as possible. She laid down her standard covered in blood and cut the rope she had used. Meanwhile, Gigi and I were at Leah's concert. But at some point, my memories came back. The identity of the person who wanted to kill me. That's when I made the decision to go and find this bastard, putting an end to Leah's concert. Before joining the town hall, I asked Yano to join us. But when we got to the city hall, it wasn't Vivian we found, it was two other people. Solène dead, lying on the floor, and Marie on top of her. Finally, the announcement of Monokuma was instantaneous, which proves Marie's guilt. Huh? Am I right? Marie, the ultimate lucky student. And this is the conclusion of this trial. It looks like this is the end. Yes. So get ready to vote. Will you make the right or the wrong choice? And answer in a few moments. I like how this is all set up, though. This is cool. Very cool. It's very promising. Like, there's a lot of potential here. A lot of potential. Oh, yes. I remember the important part. Your reasoning is being tested. So if you fail to solve the investigation properly, it's game over for you. Anyway, let's start quietly with 2 possible endings. One good and one bad. We'll see if we increase that number in the future. What? You're asking me what timeline we're in? It's best you see for yourself, isn't it? I feel sorry for you. What the hell is she talking about? That you were wrong about who did it? Obviously, you've been fooled by Marie. What do you mean? I don't get it. It's all been proven. She even confessed. Then how do you explain this issue? She claims she stuck the knife in Solen. And yet, if you look at the knife, there's only blood on the tip of the blade.
That's right. Well, that can be explained by something else. She used another weapon.
So let's take another example. The so-called rope used to get her through the window. According to Sophie, Solen entered the town hall with a rope. And suppose Marie had a rope by some miracle. Why is the piece of rope found on the balcony stained with blood? Conclusion, there was only one rope. Solen's rope? Frankly, I knew I was dealing with a bunch of idiots. Marie, say something. Oh no! I gave in! She's gonna get what she wanted. So this is what it feels like when you see the end coming. But answer the damn question. Was that you? I think you've misunderstood the system of this trial. This does not work as an individual result. Marie was voted by the majority. Even if you voted for the real culprit, you'll still be killed. You've got to be kidding me. It wasn't written in the rules. Was that not quite clear enough? Well, never mind. I'll wait it better for the next edition. Now it's time for the result. Uh-oh. I voted for myself because I knew it was wrong. I knew we were gonna die, so there made no... There you go. You made a mistake. I have a special punishment for everyone except the guilty. It's time to give it all. It's punishment time. Okay. It's just game over. I have nothing to say to anybody right now. I have nothing to say to anybody right now. Let's just click through. It doesn't matter because the point that we saved was like basically the beginning of the trial anyway. Bye, Mel, Cairo, Rose. Have a good day at work. Yeah, that junk boots you all the way back to the beginning. That's a yikes. Boom, 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 boom. That's okay. It gives me time to talk to the chat. Doesn't Monokuma lie about who kills if they find a culprit, even if they weren't the culprit like Kaide, though? That bloody sucks. Can I not? Is there still no fast forward option? No. Will we save more often now? Yeah, we've learned. We've learned from our mistakes. Sort of. I tend to do that once I screw up. Once I screw up, that's what I learned from my mistakes. Right? That's the only way to learn from your mistakes. Obviously. Also, for the next nonstop debate, you could use footprint for Philippe. I think it was cut rope, wasn't it? No, this was something else, I think. Hold on. I think it was I thought it was cut rope. Mistakes were made and alternate universes were created. Apparently. Where everyone washed themselves the showers. Marie sacrificed everyone's lives and claimed to be the murderer just so she can come. Yeah, apparently. So she could have the most massive orgasm of all time. So we gave her the orgasm. Pretty sure this was cut rope. We gave it to her. There was a rope. No. Yo, I thought I was gonna miss it. That would have sucked. That so would have sucked.
So she used Epsilon? It allows someone to get down a facade with maximum safety.
Let's save again. We'll save in the first slot, since this is like the closest one. Okay, this is the one that I screwed up on, right? Because I said knife, but it took me to something else. So to be on the right path, you have to choose yes for the should I object and then knife. Okay. So I had it. I had it right up until that point then. I was on the right track for the most part. I think this was yeah, it was stain standard. There it is. Bug number 4. Oh my god, please.
So everyone,
We are the beta testers for this, guys. Remember. Okay, the knife. You see, it's about the knife. We got it. We're here. Okay, let's save. We are here. We're not messing up no more. That's it. This is it. We're on the right path. We're saved and ready to go. All right, let's do this. Deepen your thinking further. Why does it bother you? What bothers me is the simple fact that what bothers me about the knife is hide it on you. Maybe the blood on the knife itself, it's only on the tip, which is kind of weird, right? Well, that's normal. I killed someone with a knife, so there's got to be blood. I'm not questioning that there's blood. I'm questioning how little blood was on the knife, right? You say you stabbed her, so why is there only blood on the tip of the blade? Well, we don't care about that detail. Actually, no, that element was disturbing me too. Not to mention that there were others. The knife, the rope, the access to the store. Hey, what are you trying to do here? Well, that seems a little obvious, doesn't it? Marie's clearly not the culprit. Ta-da! What a turnaround. I mean, I guess you'd expect it. Revelation over revelation. That's how this game works. Shut your mouth. You're not supposed to talk in this trial. Is that right? And yet I can give you some good information. Even if the votes are individual, it is the majority that prevails. So even if your vote is good and the others aren't, you'll die too. What? It wasn't explained like this. You can see that my interventions can be useful, can't you? Why is he bringing this up? More importantly, why now? Right. All right, listen to me. Marie is absolutely not the culprit. I just share the same opinion. But stop it. Can't you see it's hard enough for me already? I finally confess and you say it wasn't me? Okay, then answers the question, why is there broken glass on Solin's body? The debris should have been below, not above, since Solin was still standing when you broke the window. Well, it's easy to explain. We're listening. Oh god, this is so embarrassing. I already had my doubts, but now it's official. What? But what? It's worse than before? We're going right back to square one. All this time will have been for nothing. And the worst part is that we fell for it.
And besides, we didn't investigate. The only ones who did are Alexander, Mike, and Sophie.
Which means we're gonna have to trust them to find out who did this.
No, it has to be her. It has to be.
What?
And what do you make of the announcement of the body?
It was triggered when Gigi, Mike, and I walked into the hall. Well, as I recall, that's when 3 people discovered the body. Since Marie's not guilty, we're up to 4 people who saw the body. So with only 2 other people, the announcement would have been made. I could say as well that the culprit could also be hiding among the 3 of you. It wouldn't have made any difference.
Wait, are you trying to accuse me here?
Calm down, it's just vague conjecture. Now we just have to get serious. So do you have any idea how we're gonna do this? We'll do a first phase of elimination.
Elimination?
You don't have to say it again. It was clear, wasn't it? We're just gonna narrow down the list of suspects. Oh, ingenious. Then we'll just have to focus on the last ones left. Yes, but a method like that can be dangerous. That's why we're going to eliminate the individuals who have always stayed in groups. So before we start talking, I'm innocent! I'm the one who wanted to investigate so they could take me off the list. Let the girls talk first. I was with Laura, so we're innocent. Well, I guess we're gonna have to hear all those voices in this mess. Looks like it's getting a little rough. You're going to be allowed to hear several people talking at the same time. But don't panic, it's like the non-stop debate. Just pick the right argument in the right place. I'm going to introduce you to a new kind of speech. Now, in addition to the yellow lyrics, there will be blue ones. And if so, what are they for? It's the opposite of the yellow. When you shoot yellow, it's to contradict the person. So the blue ones allows you to confirm what they said. Pretty simple, isn't it? And as a little hint, we're going to have to shoot some blue text. Take this opportunity to go over the clues on the testimonials. As you may have seen, the game doesn't pause when you look at the clues you have.
I was doing my sport.
Oh, I didn't mean to shoot.
You must have seen me.
People did see him, actually.
Where were you before you investigated?
Just because we were in group. I stayed in the ceremony hall. Sleeping. What about me? I was a step during the
And I
concert.
was singing.
Yeah, she was singing. I need to
I was
concentrate
doing
more.
my sport.
Okay, wait.
You must have seen me.
Where were you before you investigated?
Okay, we're gonna let it go. We're gonna go through this real quick. We just gotta brush up on this.
And I was singing.
Gigi noticed that Solin. Oh my
I was
god!
doing my
Okay,
sport.
stop!
You must
Give me a
have seen
second.
me.
In the background. Okay.
Where were you before
I think
you
I got it.
investigated?
Where's Gigi's account? There it is.
And I was singing.
Shoot the twin with her testimony.
I was doing my sport.
Are you sure? I thought we had to hit a blue one.
You must have seen me. How does that show? I was doing my sport. You must have seen me.
So we're innocent? Wait, what did the twins say? What's up, Isaiah?
Where were you before you investigated?
Just because we were in the group? Okay.
And I was singing.
I was doing my sport.
I get it. You were doing your sports.
You must have seen me.
Okay.
investigated. And I was singing.
You were singing. Where were you before you investigated? I'm not even a little bit suspicious. So is it the twins that did it? Maybe? Possibly? I was doing my sports. You must have seen me. I was singing. Imagine hearing that over and over. At least right here it's paused, technically. So we can view this stuff right here. So what I was going to do, there's a lot you could choose, like testimony Vivian for Vivian, the twin testimony for the twins. That's what I was gonna do for the twins. Is I was gonna shoot the twins with the twins, because they had one right here. Let's do a Matilda's account.
I was doing my sport. You must have seen me.
You must have seen me. Yes, we saw you. We must have seen you.
Where were you before you investigated?
Okay. We could already... Innocent? Stop. I've never seen such a chaotic organization. Rushing doesn't lead to anything. Besides, I think I have an idea who did it. What? You knew all along? No, I found out in that courtroom. So what are you waiting for to tell us? No, we're gonna do this together. First, let's start by clearing those with confirmed alibis. As I've said, the culprit acted alone. The rules specify that only the culprit will regain his freedom. Mike, could you remind us who was at the concert? Well, I know it was Leah. Yana wasn't there. It was the last one, I think. Yeah. Yes, so we could rule them out as suspects. We now have a list of 10 potential culprits. Previously, we showed that Marie wasn't the culprit.
Hey, wait. That's a little too simple right there. Why do we have to follow your methods?
What?
All you're trying to do is change the direction this trial is taking.
What are you talking about?
After all, isn't it common that the most targeted people always distort the truth?
What are you talking about? Are you implying that Sylvie's behind this? She just wants to help us. I mean, I think. Just so you know, I don't even have an airtight alibi myself. So I'll stay on the suspect list, no matter what I say. If not, is there another alibi you can think of? Yeah, there was one that had like multiple people. It was not you. Not you, of course. It was Gigi's. Oh, it can't be that one? Oh, because she said she saw all those people in the background. For the murder, Julian was looking for candy. He could have searched the ceremony hall and the store without finding anything. Oh, well, technically for them. So he's cleared then. So maybe I can use this one. Hold on. This one's also approved. So we're down to 8 suspects. Yano, Julian, Vivian, Philippe, Valentine, Anzo, Alexandre, and myself.
There's a lot of boys on that list. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, they're all boys.
They're always the most violent.
Just about. It's just a coincidence after all. We have known many women who have committed crimes throughout history. But can we really be sure about this list? Personally, I have no objection. There's no indication that she cannot be trusted. Even my suspect is on that list, so we can move on. However, Sophie just know one thing. What the hell is this music? Being too perceptive can get you killed. Die because you're too smart? Is that even possible? Hey, we've seen it a lot of times in these fangans. Yeah, if we find the culprit this time, what happens next time? No one commits a crime anymore. No way! I'll always be there to punish you to commit one. Or push you to commit one. That's what I thought. The alternative is for another person to die. And who will that person be?
Sophie, don't pay attention to what he just said. We still need to find out who did it.
He is speaking facts. I don't know what to do.
You don't know or you don't want to.
Are you satisfied with yourself? Because of you, we won't get any more directions. It wasn't my purpose. I just wanted to warn her. Well, we should not lose our aim. We managed to focus on 8 people. That's half of all of us together. But all we have to do is keep up this progress and we will find the culprit. We can do it all together. I suggest we try to find out why Shsl went to the town hall.
How would that help us? Nothing yet?
More attention should be paid to details that might have been missed. Let's focus on the knife instead. Something wrong with the knife? There's definitely blood on the knife, though. I think I can help you. After all, I'm the one who found Shsl.
Anyone's gonna believe you. You're just lying.
Why is he so annoying? No, it's for real this time. For real? I have my dose of danger for today. You have no idea how crazy this is. Yeah, well, spit it out. You should know that when I saw Shsl, the knife was already there. And when I picked up the knife, I noticed that I didn't have to use any force to remove it, as if it was slightly inserted into the notch. It's important what she just said, don't you think? What can we deduce from this? Sophie said it was deep wounds. So the knife wasn't used to kill Shsl? I mean, come to think of it, the blood was on the tip of the knife, wasn't it? Of course, if they were deep wounds, there would have been blood all over the blade. Then how do we explain Shsl death? If the murder weapon is no longer the murder weapon, where is it? But we didn't find any other weapons, and his wounds do come from blades. I mean, somebody might have kicked the shit out of her until she died. Like somebody was strong enough just to kick her one time and it was an instant death. I might be finished with the splash art. Oh, by the way, it was Shsl splash art. Oh, that's cool. Yet all the weapons are stored in the store and Shsl was guarding the place. So who could have gotten the knife? Well, there was only one person who could get it. Yeah, the only person who could have taken the knife was Shsl.
No,
That's not possible.
Not sudden. She didn't want to use Valen.
Okay. Yet she was seen with the rope. She must have seen the knife at the same time, which means she tried to kill someone. Again? Is the first victim the one who wanted to murder someone? You think young people these days are all doing the same things? Listen, Shsl tried to set a trap for someone. Unfortunately, it has turned against her. But now we're sure Shsl had bad intentions. No, she had nothing to do with it. Calm down, calm down. Do you have any proof of what you're saying?
No, I don't have proof.
Of course you don't.
Sure of it.
You've been annoying this whole entire trial. Shut up. I too find it hard to believe that Shsl could do this. We're still talking about Shsl probably, but I've been saying it wrong this whole time. She wanted us all to cooperate. But we're not going to rely on assumptions. We need proof. The issue is that we are not in a normal situation. People can lie to hide their intentions. Personally, I prefer to believe she was telling the truth, but we don't know for sure. They're right. Without evidence, we can't clear her. Why do you want to argue with me? Leave me alone!
You want proof, don't you?
God, I can't stand this guy right now.
If we could sell this with our fists, it would be better.
Are you serious?
Come on, think. You saw Shsl footprints. They don't go no further than the hallway.
What?
If she wanted to make her move, then we would have found footprints all over the town hall. And the rope. If she was the only one who took it. How'd she manage to put it up there without leaving a trail? So stop blaming her and trust me.
Trust you?
It pisses me off that you would accuse her when she's dead. Then take back what you just said. Now.
Oh my God. Is he really right? Oh, hold on, dude. Because I feel like there was a contradiction at the footprints thing. They're heading into the shower. Yeah, here we go. Oh, go back. Hey, that's dope, artist.
Don't you? If we could sell this with our fists,
I appreciate it.
Better. Come on, think. You saw Shsl footprints.
Uh-huh.
They don't go no further than the hallway. Oh yeah?
That's where you're
You
wrong.
need glasses, man. In case you forgot, his shoes were still dirty. You want proof, don't you?
What?
If we could sell this with our fists, it would be
Wait,
better.
what?
Come on, think. You saw Solen's footprints. They don't go no further than the hallway.
The shoes.
If she wanted to make a move, then we would have found footprints all over the town hall. And the rope. If she was the only one who took it.
Let him win?
How'd she manage to
You
put it
can't
up
win
there
this?
without leaving a
There
trail?
is no winning this? You just gotta let him win?
So stop blaming her and trust me.
It's apparently a curb stop battle, Blaze.
Pisses
There's
me
no
off that
winning?
you would accuse her when she's dead. Then take back what you just said.
Sometimes
now.
your opponent can be right. Oh. Okay, but do you realize we're stuck in a dead end? If it's not her, how did the knife get there? Sucks that Celine didn't do it. Now we're stuck on something else. And I remind you that there's also the question of her death. How could she die if all the weapons came from the store and that no one could get into this one? One more mystery, which will remain unsolved. But in this case, why use the knife as a decoy? Especially since it was done badly. Whoever did it should have stuck the knife in. Doesn't help at all. How did the knife get in here? As has been said many times, Celine was blocking the access. I think there's a way. Actually, there are two ways the knife could have been there. The first is that the culprit went for the knife after Celine left. But according to Sophie, Celine wasn't being followed, so that assumption is unlikely. And the second is that he hid the weapon before the interdiction.
No, he could have hidden the knife. When we searched the town hall, we found nothing. And Solen prevented access afterwards.
Okay, she said Celine, so I don't know where I'm at. But between the search and the blockade, time passed, didn't it? The proof is, just ask Vivian. He had time to get what he wanted. Whoever did it could have taken the knife during that time. Knowing this detail for now is the best thing. Let's talk about her injuries. Are you coming back to help us? Then let's do it. I have a genius idea. I will communicate with Solen via the spirits. Didn't you try it before? Yeah, but I was running out of energy. Now that we're all here, I'll be able to complete the ritual. De profundis tenebrae. What the hell's going on? It's gonna happen. I can feel it. Just give me a little more time. The wounds. So according to Sophie's read, everybody's just like, yeah, let her do her thing. Are deep, are aligned with the same angle of penetration. Wouldn't it be easier if we had a schematic? Well, unfortunately, I don't have any support to show you. Then all you have to do is ask. Monokuma, give me something to make a diagram, paper, canvas, anything. No, why should I give you paper? Would you rather I draw on that beautiful white floor? Ah, I got him. Anything but that. You have no idea how long it took me to renovate this room. Here you go. High quality paper. Thank you. Thank you. Sophie, could you tell me your thoughts on the veracity of this pattern? He took the paper and started drawing on it. Shortly after, Anzo showed us the diagram. Okay. Oh, okay. We got an artist here. Of course. Well, the result is this. I see the result is indisputable.
Of what? What did you get?
Scarlet! What up, Scarlet? Big money. I appreciate you. Thank you. Welcome to the stream, by the way. We love you. I guess you'd understand now, wouldn't you? Could be deduced from this pattern. The injuries are not the cause of death, right? Hold up, let me... I don't think I can save here. Yeah, of course he could draw. He's the ultimate artist. Of course. The shape of the wounds is strange. There's only one and only one wound. I thought we made it clear that the injuries were not the cause of the death, though. Because the death was instant. Are you getting into the comment like me? Might as well tell you still have a long way to go. He did tits and Kelly blocked the... What? We're doing great, Scarlet. I hope you're doing good. So with the wounds being... Oh, I get it. If we continue to trace the room... Yeah, there's only one long wound. Yeah, okay. I get it. Because I was like, wait, if it entered this way and it goes in and it's in the exact same angle, it can only be one wound. You can see it's all one wound. You can see it better in the profile of drawing. So we're not dealing with two different wounds. We're dealing with one that goes all the way through the body. So it had to be something long then. The file specified immediate death. So if it's a single wound, it must have hit the heart. Ugh, disgusting. But if it's only one wound, it would have been a long weapon. When I went into the store, I saw swords. Use a sword to kill, but how?
Well, you use it like a knife, I guess.
No, but I know how to use a sword, but it's impossible. We would have seen someone carrying a sword. It doesn't hide like a knife. Besides, Sophie, why didn't you say so? You directed us to the wounds, but you didn't tell me first. I didn't say it because I wasn't sure. You know, I too don't see how carrying such a large weapon could have been done. Hence my absence on this information. What we have to do now is find the weapon.
What if the standard was used to wrap the weapon in? An efficient way to transport it.
Oh, he's on to something. Did anyone see anyone move around with a flag?
Well, since we were at the concert, we were able to see the movements of others. And as I recall, I didn't see anyone pass by with a banner.
Okay, she didn't see anyone. Are you sure you remember every bit of it?
Sure. What do you take me for?
So to sum it up, if the weapon couldn't be transported, it's from Town Hall itself. No, I've searched everything, and there is no sign of a weapon of any kind. Yet what's going on here?
What? Kelly, why are you talking in Solen's voice?
What? Kelly, hey, Yano, I think you got too out of breath with your workouts. Ah! What's happening? Isn't she a little weird right now? And you're just noticing this now? Anyway, you're all weird. This is really strange. Hey, why isn't anybody answering me? Don't you recognize me? Solen? How? You're telling me his ritual actually worked? Did it really work? For real? No, that's impossible. It's never been proven. The supernatural can't exist unless... Solen, are you okay? Yes, why? You look like you've seen a ghost. Well, you're actually dead. Why are you being so blunt about it? Dead? I see you still have your sense of humor. I'm dying of laughs here. Hi. Solen, we have a question for you. Do you think there'd be any way to get a weapon? But why a weapon? We're not going to use violence to get out of here. That's why I'm standing outside the store.
Why did you leave your post?
Oh, that just gave me chills. For absolutely nothing after all. If I don't block the access, terrible things will happen again. Have you ever played The World's Ends With You? I played a little bit of that game. I haven't gotten that far in it. But yeah, I've tried it out. It should be something really serious for me to move from my post. Something serious. So what was that event? Before you blocked the access, did you get to check to see if there were any other weapons anywhere else? Of course not. Everything comes from the shop. In other words, there may have already been a weapon in the town hall. Kelly, come back to us. You're scaring me now. Why are you yelling, Marie?
She regained consciousness.
What? But on the other hand, we lost contact with Solen. So my ritual would have worked. For real. Does that surprise you? Absolutely not. Nothing could be more normal for the best exorcist in the world. I have the slightest impression that she didn't believe in it at all. But we finally got some information. You can't rule out the idea of a weapon that was already in town hall.
Calm down a little. You're not going to believe a ghost story. She could very well have been acting.
I must confess I'm puzzled by this. Well, I happen to be an expert in comedy, and I can say that Kelly did not act. Even so, I don't believe in ghosts. Strange as it may
What kind of world
be.
do you think this is? You can't believe in spirits.
I agree. So far, we've been basing this on real facts, not some kind of magic. At the risk of repeating myself, I know about emotions. I can tell when someone is lying to me. Besides, this situation is not normal either. Anything can happen. The supernatural? That's never been proven. Then you should ask Mike. He's the one who searched the city hall during the investigation. Luckily, I have an eye for detail. For which allows me to correct some minor details during production. There's nothing special on the ground floor. Then the only possible place would be upstairs, but I think I know what it could be, though. It'd have to be the spear. That's what I was thinking, right? Could be the spears in the office? Spears, where? There are in fact 2 armors, each with a spear. At the time, I don't think too much about this
You
element.
think she was stabbed with a spear?
Who would be able to spear somebody, though? We've got our murder weapon. Spears have a long range, but also a long blade. So the murderer used a weapon that was outside the store. It's actually the only thing that could have been used, but the problem is this spear isn't stained with blood. Unless... Looks like it's my lucky day. In the past, I've been called stupid and useless, but now I'm going to show my ingenuity. I can explain why that spear is clean. You see, I've experimented with the process myself in order to solve this murder. Something she's been experimenting with us to help. The shower! Oh, that's all I see. The good old shower. So you want to know? If you proclaim me, perhaps with my immense kindness, I will give you the answer. I think she's referring to the showers. My glory moment. How could you do this to me? So we found our weapon.
Stop talking nonsense. There's also another explanation.
Oh my god, this guy!
The mere fact that it hasn't been used at all.
No, the lance has definitely been used. What did it say when we were looking at it? Hold on. Do we have that in our thing here? I don't remember. I don't think it was a bullet, was it? Do. Yeah, we don't. Because it's obviously not the blade. It's obviously not the armor. Let's just do a process of elimination. It can't be the standard. So yeah, it would just have to be the handle out of all those options. If my memory serves me correctly, these spears have wooden handles. One of the spears had a darker color. As the banner had disappeared by that time, this change went unnoticed in the face of a much larger one. In contact with water, the wood becomes darker in color. Small correction, it's not all woods, only some.
So what? Maybe they were a different color from the beginning.
No, when I went looking for books before, the spears had a light color. We finally found the weapon, but we still don't know who the murderer is. Come on, every piece of evidence we find brings us closer to the culprit. But we also know that he used the shower to wash the blood off the spear. Then he must have been hit by a downpour. The showers are under so much pressure. I had to pay for it. Hold on. If what she just said is true, then the potential culprit is... Wait a second. I'm trying to recall from the first episode, or the first episode that we did of this, towards the end. It was the big guy, right? Wasn't he the one that said he took a shower? Didn't he take a shower out of all of us? And he played it off. What do y'all say in the chat? The culprit got wet when they washed the spear. Oh yeah, you guys are saying it too. Using the shower is like using the bathroom. They aren't actually doing it. It is him. Oh my god, and that makes sense because he's been the most annoying this whole entire trial. I'm gonna save. Can I save? No, I can't. It would make sense because he's been annoying as shit this entire trial too. We agree that the culprit must have gotten wet after cleaning the spear, right? And the only person who was wet before we got to the town hall was Yano. Is Yano really the culprit?
No, but do you hear yourself? Me, the culprit?
But you're definitely on the list of potential suspects. The big guy's gonna die in chapter 1? And I don't give a shit about that list. I was soaking wet from training. But you were the only one of us who was wet at the time. You found the right person. It's the one I suspected at first. So if Sophie confirms it, we can end this.
No. It's too simple. I refuse.
What?
I agree. I did see Yano running during the concert. Maybe he's telling the truth.
You see, I even have a witness to prove my actions.
What? Hold there. Let's not forget that the culprit went for the knife. He must have gone into the store. And didn't you say before that only Yano and Julian came into the store after Celine left? So it's normal that she saw him outside.
Ironic, isn't it? The only way to be cleared was to not show up outside.
They must really dislike sports. I know, right?
Yano's round trips correspond to the round trips between the town hall and the shop.
Give up, Yano. You won't change our minds.
These are just coincidences.
No, they're not.
I promised to protect you. Why would I kill anyone? No. If I was really the culprit, how could I have killed her?
We just went through it!
So far, we haven't figured it out yet. So until we find something, I'm never going to accept what you're saying.
What? Looks like it's my lucky day again. Oh my god, the Kelly's killing it. So, from upstairs. Calm. No need to get excited. I thought you were gonna steal my moment of glory like Mike did. Don't worry, I'm nothing like him. Well, why don't you tell us a little bit more? First, I want an apology from Leah for everything she's put me through.
Why should I apologize? I didn't do anything wrong.
Come on, hurry up. We need that information.
Right. Well, I'm sorry. Happy?
Great. Then I think he must have killed her from upstairs. I was able to spy on Sophie while she was doing her research, but it didn't work out. In any case, I had a nice view of the corridor where Solène was found. Well, this is all very interesting. Do you have any more arguments to give us?
No.
One little thing that troubles me. What was the rope for?
I just used it to get out of the building through the balcony. I didn't want to run into anyone on the way out of City Hall.
And when you were done tampering, you cut the rope and threw it at Solène? What about the standard?
Probably to clean the spear, which explains the blood.
No,
In that case, let me summarize the whole thing before we vote, so that everyone has the same vision of the events. Oh, God. Wait, didn't we just do these? Okay, he went in and then he got the knife, right? Wait, a what? He just admits it. Yeah, he did admit. Like he broke down like so casually, didn't he? I'm so confused right now. That was easy. The spear? Oh, this one. Okay. The ultimate scriptwriter has lost his title. Did he just hit his admit guilt switch or something? Is this the part where he threw it at her? I think so, right? I guess not. Oh, I guess it's that, and then it would be... To say it was cut for time and they should be fine. I guess it isn't that one next. So did these are like super vague for me. Monokuma, okay, time's up. Hajime and Yano have the same similarities. They're boxers and they die in chapter 1. What's the next one? Is it the rope? I thought it was the shower. Or was it her peeking into the shower? That's what I thought. Okay. Okay, this is the part where he throws it. Okay, now it's making sense. And then yep, dead. That's when he got the rope. Okay, maybe not. MVP Kelly saves the trial. Okay, so we had this one before. Okay, it's that one. And then that's when he grabs the rope. Yep, then he uses the rope. And then that's when she saw him. Uh-huh. And then yeah, he went to go grab the knife. And then he planted the knife. And then this one. Bam. It all started before the concert. At the moment, Celine was standing guard in front of the store. However, someone came to talk to her, telling her to meet up in the town hall. I really like those, though. The person was none other than the murderer, ready to kill in order to get out of here. Celine should have arrived at the same time as the culprit for lack of being noticed. Celine, not suspecting such an act, went to join him after a brief moment. Indeed, all the weapons were stored in the store, or so it was thought. I didn't know strength can get people caught, so I should be careful when using my metallic pink lance. Yeah, exactly. The culprit, having noticed the spears in the town hall, took one in order to be able to commit the murder. To do this, he moved upstairs behind the low wall that offers a view of the lower hallway. Celine walked towards the town hall with a rope, probably requested by the murderer himself. When she was inside, she searched for him, leaving her tracks in the hall. But as soon as he walked into the hallway, the murderer quickly threw the spear, touching and killing her instantly, which is crazy. With his work done, all he had to do was make up the scene, in order that we don't find that there were weapons outside the store. To do this, he started by cleaning the spear in the showers, but in order to do that, he had to get wet because the pressure was high. He had to get wet. Hello? In addition, because the spear handle was made of wood, it darkens light slightly. In order to make up the scene as much as possible, he decided to take a knife into the town hall. To avoid being seen on his way out of the town hall, he took the rope and tied it to one of the pillars of the balcony, allowing him to walk out of town hall without being seen. To get to the store, he had to pass in front of the square where the concert was taking place, getting noticed by Gigi. Since Celine was no longer on duty, it was easy to get a knife. Back at the town hall with the knife, he finished making up his crime. Before coming out through the balcony, as the rope was slightly cut, all he had to do was pull the rope to untie it completely. Then broke the window from the outside to throw the rope. Once his crime was done, he went back to doing his business as if nothing had happened. In the middle of the concert, I remember the identity of the person who wanted to kill me. At that moment, all I wanted was to find him at all costs. It was with Yano and Gigi that I went to the town hall. Thinking about it at first glance, Yano didn't want to go to the town hall. But when we arrived at the town hall, we did not see Shsl alone, but with Marie. And the announcement of Monokuma was instant, which led to confusion as to the identity of the killer. Then bam, show that sprite. Oh, that looks clean. Isn't that what happened? Yano Markel, the ultimate boxer. Looks like we come to a conclusion. It's time to vote. Ooh. Ooh, he's out of here. Get this man out. Oh, you use WASD to move in this. Okay. I was wondering. Well, not even really. Like, this is kind of weird. Okay, I guess that's how it works. Did you make the right choice or the wrong choice? The answer in a few moments. Yay! Get him out of here. The one who killed Shsl is other than Yano. Yoo-hoo! At least this session was lasted longer than the last one. Wow, for a start, everybody voted for the right person. Well, everyone except Shsl, since she's dead. But the culprit also voted for himself. The culprit voted for himself? Oh, damn! The culprit who killed Shsl, Riffler, is the ultimate boxer. Yano Markel! What's the deal with you? You dared to take Shsl life to quit this situation? Why? Why'd you do it? Explain yourself. Why Shsl? It's certainly terrible. You used to do your workouts together. How could you do this to her? When did you come up with this idea anyway? Stop it, please. And for what? You have the right to know why you did this. Don't tell me you got fooled by Monokuma with this phony motive. For someone who wanted to do the same, I don't think you're the most appropriate person to speak. I agree. You should just shut up. Damn. What was the motive again? Oh yeah, no food or a place to sleep until a murder has taken place? Precisely. And since you've had your first successful trial, I'm making you a buffet at the end of all this. Nothing better than a good meal to celebrate this event. You wouldn't have sunk so low. Reassure me. Just to eat? That's messed up. That's right. The one who would crack is Julian. Well, he went crazy at one point. Hey, this isn't me we're talking about. Hey, can we talk about how he has a gun? Like, did we forget about that? I think it's time for you to explain. I doubt there's much time left. Didn't want to. Killer. And here we go again with the I didn't mean to do it excuse. What do you want? What do you take us for? Stupid? You made up the whole scene and you're pretending it wasn't intentional? I think he's telling the truth. I don't understand. What makes you think that? It was a little weird when you remember what happened during the trial. Yano did everything he could to make sure we didn't think Shsl was the one who wanted to kill someone. If he had let it go, we might not have found the real culprit. That's right. There's too much inconsistency again. Well, this is another one, but basically there was also the question of the flag. Did he take one for the team? I guess he did. What are you implying? Wasn't the standard used to clean the spear? No. Otherwise we would have found it wet, which we didn't. Oh? And here I thought I was right. Don't worry, I'll teach you how to become as smart as me. Oh, but that explains why the knife was pushed in so lightly. If it wasn't voluntary, no, I don't understand why he would do that. People could still do foolish things in a moment of panic, but I think it would be more interesting if we heard everything from the person in question. Listen, I just panicked. I mean, I didn't want you to see me like this. It was an accident. It should never have happened like this. Oh my god, it's time for the heartbreaking revelations. Boo-hoo, boo-hoo. It's so sad, boo-hoo. Keep it short, it's not all we have to do. Didn't intend to kill anyone. I just wanted to get it over with as quickly as possible. Get it over? You wanted to get out of here? Of course, but not that way. I told you at the beginning that I would protect you, but I did the opposite. Someone who wanted to protect others and then kill someone. Talk about a pretty picture. I just wanted to destroy Monokuma so we could all get out of here. You know, destroying me wouldn't have made any difference since you couldn't get that key. Ta-da! Pretty nice, right? It's the magnetic key that controls the area. Such an idiot. Thinking is definitely not my strong point. The truth is, I thought about confronting Monokuma as soon as things started getting out of hand, when Mike was found injured. It put me in a rage, knowing that someone was planning to kill him. I don't remember seeing you in a state of rage. It happened while you were unconscious. Yeah, a lot happened during your recovery. Especially the prohibition of access to the store and other. That does sound familiar. It must have been the memory I remembered after I woke up. but I knew it could get dangerous. I still remember how Liviano practiced animation with a pink ball. Keyframes are the best. Oh yeah, keyframes are awesome. Who carried Marie to the corpse? I guess it would be Yano that did it, right? That's why I decided to do it solo out of sight. If I had challenged him to an outdoor duel, you could have been hurt. But did you see what he could do? He's not joking. It's true, we're no match for him. He could have been hurt or even died. That's exactly why I had to take care of it. I was the strongest. It doesn't matter what could have happened to me. And that's how I invited Monokuma to the town hall in the afternoon. Is that right? He told you about that? Yes, he told me he had something very important to tell me at the town hall. What? Can we call you? Obviously, as the master of the game, I have to answer all your questions. Anyway, he asked me to come to the town hall just before the concert starts. And did you go? Of course not! His desire to destroy me could be felt miles away. I'm kidding. I heard him talking about how he wants to destroy me thanks to the cameras. And you know how rare and endangered black and white bears are? Oh my god. I had to preserve the species. A robot that thinks he's a protected species? I'm done. But if Monokuma was your target, then why did Celine go to the town hall? If we believe Celine's spirit, she had no reason to move from place to place. Well, I'm still not confident about the spirit. I'll check on the veracity of this discovery later. And if there really is such a thing. A black and white bear is a panda, and I'm pretty sure they're endangered. It's true that she said something bad had to happen for her to move. Precisely, and someone has to know that something. And something tells me you're probably that someone who knows that something. In short, if I have understood, you think it's Yano who's the reason for her moving. How do you understand him? After a while, you get used to it. Yes, I talked to Celine about what I was going to do. I managed to lure Monokuma into the town hall before the concert started. This is the only time we'll be able to defeat him. The others will probably be at the concert, so they'll be safe. What the hell are you talking about? Are you seriously going to fight? Listen, Celine, it's the only way we can get out of here. No, it's too dangerous. Vivian's already been hurt just for breaking the tablet. So if you're going to face him, he's not going to go easy on you. And we don't even know what he can do. So what's the plan then? Just sit here quietly? It's only going to get worse if we stay here any longer. So let me go inside so I can get enough to finish him off. No, you don't understand anything. I don't want anyone getting hurt. We'll find another way. But it doesn't work like that. If he wants violence, I'll give it to him. So please, Celine, let me in the store. No, and no. But please, calm down. You can see it's suicide. Look, even if I'm hurt, you can always take me to a hospital. I won't change my mind. All right, then I'll take care of it even without your help. Yano. No, that's enough. This can't go on any longer. But like, why would that make him want to kill her though? I don't understand. You didn't tell her to join you. Then why did she come? I don't know. I never told her to come, let alone with a rope. What if that's why she came? I think she wanted to stop you from fighting. You think? But I told him to stay out of it. But above all, she wanted to avoid any problems. I think that's reason enough to justify her movement. If you didn't ask her for a rope, it's because she thought she could immobilize you with it. I'm thinking the same thing too. A frail woman who wants to immobilize a mastodon? Isn't that a little big? Wouldn't she have chosen instead to help him just by bringing the rope? But couldn't we just ask Celine? She came here once, so she could do it again. Except she didn't even know she was dead. So I doubt it would do us any good. Besides, such power requires a lot of energy. If I bring her back, some would see their life energy drained all the way to the end. What kind of nonsense is this? Oh my god, that sounds so dangerous. But if it really has to be done, I'm committed. How can you be so out of touch? You know what's waiting for him? How can you still be insensitive? You have to know how to play it down. It's sad. But we can't just sit around and cry. Try to save your quarrels for later. It'd be a shame if we got to the time limit before we knew all the details. Especially since I'm getting impatient. Don't worry, Matilda. We'll discuss this later. I think we already have all the missing information. Based on Celine's behavior, I doubt she came here to help him. The hypothesis of canceling Yano's actions seems more coherent to me. What do you mean we have all the information? At the end, there's still the standard hanging next to Celine. It's easy enough to imagine what happened, assuming the murder was an accident. If it was premeditated, there was no reason for the standard to be there. Leah's design kind of looks like a mastermind design, being black and red. It does. I remind you that he was upstairs, so the banner was useless to him. Tell me, did you understand what the standard was for? I must say I've been lost for a while. Wait, are you saying that? Yes. Yano used it as a diversion? What? I was totally wrong. I thought you understood, but you don't. You used it to save Solen. It's the only explanation I can think of. You're very perceptive. No wonder you suspected me from the start. The truth is, I only suspected you because of your behavior. You insisted on getting it over with. It was only later that I could confirm. Well, your potential isn't to be tested. It's what you expect from the ultimate scientist. Relentless logic. Save Solen? With the standard? So the blood on it could be from a rescue attempt. Would he have tried to stop the blood loss with it? She died instantly, so there was no point. Because we know that from the file. Oh, that's why. Okay, now it's making sense. At the time, he thought he could do something. Is that right? Yano, did you do that? I have nothing else to say. You've explained everything yourselves. I'm sorry about earlier. I cursed at you and everything without trying to understand. You don't have to. I don't deserve an apology for what I did. But it's the perfect time to fix my mistakes. Fix your mistakes? And what exactly are you going to do? Save them all. No, I disagree. You want to save us, but that didn't stop you from trying to throw us off track during the trial. It's a little hypocritical to say save us when you wanted to save yourself. That's precisely why I intend to turn the situation around. Monokuma, I now challenge you to a death match. You trying to 1v1 the boy? You know you won't come out on top. All I'm asking is that we do it someplace where others won't get hurt. If you really insist, then I have no choice. This is the moment you've all been waiting for. Don't worry, I'll be able to save you. I won't make the same mistake I made in my past. What mistake? It's too late. You should have spent more time with him. And now, it's punishment time. Oh, shit! It is time! Oh my god! We got like an actual execution. This is dope! Oh, that's a big bear! Okay! Hey! Dude, it's like Mike Tyson Punch Out. That's so dope. Yo, he got that left and right hook. Oh, Dave, that's the finisher. Whoa, wait, what? Oh my god. Yo, Monokuma got. The execution was made. I don't know what to say. My legs are shaking. That was crazy. It was just brutal. Yano Markel sacrificed himself for us. He put an end to an absurd game at the cost of his own life. I really don't feel well. How do you? I hope it's a joke. Is that what we were expecting if we missed? Come on, Matilda. It's all over now. Yano, I misjudged you. Forgive me. Hold up. I'm sorry. It's been a while since we saved. Yo, that was freaking crazy. That was crazy. Thanks to his heroic action, we are finally free. Yes, but the consequences are not the least. He still killed Solen. He couldn't hope for anything better than that. But it was an accident. He regretted doing it. You could tell, couldn't you? How can you be so indifferent? I guess everyone's different. So now what do we do? I know it's horrible, but I'd rather leave this place as soon as possible. That's right. Since Monokuma's gone, we can leave. Everyone to the door. It's closed. Wait a minute. Remember the key card? Hopefully, maybe. Sophie approached from the execution scene before returning with an object in her hand. The card is intact. Hurry up. I don't want to stay here any longer. Yeah, give me time to get there. Is this a room? Looks like some kind of elevator. I think it'll get us out of here. So not a second to lose. Get everyone into the elevator. I gotta give my respects now. That was okay. This is one of those things where like I'm upset that he died, but I'm happy that we found the culprit to Solin, because Solin was my favorite character. She was like one of my favorite characters. So like to see her get killed, especially by him, I thought he was going to be like the gentle giant, but I mean, he kind of was. He was looking out for people, but then at the same time, like, you know, I think he was looking out for people too much. You know, you know how you want to save people to the point where it just like you push it too far? Kind of like with Teruya in SDRA 2. He wanted to save people so bad that he just went too far with it. That's how everyone made their way to the freight elevator except one. Mike, what's wrong? Get out of my way. But you're angry. No, I can see that you don't like me too much. But I don't see why. Wait, but wouldn't that be because of the fight we had before in the town hall? Of course, that's it. You're mad at me for swearing at you. But you know what? I've changed. I wanted to help you. We can make a fresh start. A fresh start when you will stop acting. I don't know how you made other people believe, but I know people don't change their behavior in that short period of time, and that your remark about Sophie wasn't there to help us. I just tell them what they want to hear. I knew it. You haven't changed, and you're lying to everyone. What do you want me to say? No one resists when he's offered what he's asking for. But hey, it works for some people and some people don't. I will use every possible technique to keep myself alive, even if it means inciting others to kill. But you don't look as dumb to me as the others, so I'm giving you a choice. You're either with me or against me. What in the fuck? People like you don't deserve to be followed. You want to get in my way? Fine. But expect your life to become a nightmare. Anyway, I won't see you again in a few moments. If you think it's going to be that easy. Will you hurry up? Yeah, we're on our way. Mike was just shaken up by what just happened. He's talented. He can change his personality in an instant. Dang. I should watch out for him. With Valentine and I in the elevator, we activated it to get out of here. Yikes. Can you imagine what we've been through? We'll never do it again. Don't get excited. No one has your tendencies. Hey, just because I'm a masochist doesn't mean I like to die. I meant it seriously. This long silence doesn't surprise me too much. After what we've been through, it's not like we feel like talking. And this silence lasted until the elevator stopped. Dear comrades, freedom is finally reaching on to us. We must hope. Damn. 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 Damn, damn. That was one good chapter 1. That was one good chapter 1. We got the unexpected broadcast of the Danganronpa program. The authorities are still at a dead end. Dead end? A Danganronpa dead end? No. The participants in this program are none other than the children of the leaders of several countries. The number of victims now stands at 34. 2 more than at the beginning of the week. What? The initial search for the person or persons responsible for this program does not seem to have been successful. Let's recall that this disappearance happened before, or happened more than 2 weeks ago, and still no leads. The authorities believe that this coup was carried out by a world organization. They're trying to find the origin of this broadcast to stop it and save the other participants. They claim, however, that a specialized team has been sent to find them. Unfortunately, there's no evidence to confirm this, as no trace has been conclusive. On the other hand, the president of the association that abolished this program in the past recently stepped down from his position as a president after having held it for 5 years, in light of his speech from last week. His words have caused debate within the association itself and among the world's population. It's only fair you allowed this show for entertainment and money, with young people's lives as a compensation. Seeing your children instead of your own children who participated is the only consequence of your actions. We have no intention of calling a halt to this program. In any case, no one has control over it. Let us remind you that the association has gathered a large number of families concerned by the consequences of the show. and had raised a large sum of money to stop this Danganronpa show for good after its 53rd edition. Whoa, what the? Everything's going according to the plan, well, except for the destruction of our mascot. But it looks like we still have time before they get here. This will give us time to create another Monokuma. Don't you agree with me? Yo, this is crazy. Not very talkative, I see. But you'll soon be soon be put to work. Whoa, hold on, Chief. That is crazy. That is what I call a twist. I liked that. I liked that. I liked that. Bro. That was pretty good. That was really good. All right, let's review this real quick. Liviano, you did great. You definitely did great. The splash art is amazing, by the way. I have checked out the splash art. This was a great project. It has a ton of potential. As we play these fangans, I've tried to make it clear that these things ain't perfect, right? Like, all of you guys should know that they're not perfect at all. These are being made by people that are just aspiring creators, just like myself, when it comes to YouTube and content creation and Twitch streaming and all of that. So don't expect the highest quality, right? But with us not expecting the highest quality and not putting this up against Danganronpa, the actual game, this was a solid project so far. Chapter 1 was solid. The prologue was solid also. Like, it was all really good. It was put together. I mean, there were some parts where I was like, you know, I was a little confused, but at the same time, like, I feel like for the most part, it was pretty good. It was really good. The art looked great. I liked that I could actually play the game and it's made like in the Unreal Engine. Like, that was really cool. I think that's like the highlight of the game itself. The twist at the end was great. What else did really stood out to me? I like the characters so far. I really do like the characters. Thanks for playing the game, Blaze. We all appreciate it. No problem. That was crazy. That twist, though. I liked how you guys had the executions, because I've played some fangans that had small teams and they didn't have the executions. You remember like Danganronpa Laps? Well, that wasn't a small team. That was just one person. But like some other ones that I've played didn't have executions before. So it was kind of cool to see the execution. The execution was really well put together too, by the way. I liked that. That was a highlight. Another highlight was the trial. I liked being able to play the trial out and all of that. I would have to say the only thing that really bothered me was like the 1 or 2 bugs that we encountered like in the game as we were playing. And I feel like there was a couple things in the trial that were a little confusing gameplay wise, but other than that, it was pretty understandable. Like, who's our favorite character now since Solin is dead? Dude, I like Valentine now. Hey, Valentine's kind of badass because now he's got like a huge ass twist about him. And now he's going to be using his talent more often. And like, he's going to be switching personalities. Like, he's going to be a versatile character later on. What are other fangans that I'm thinking about? Okay, so the next one. Hold on. Let me look at my subscription list. The next one is Danganronpa New World Order. I do believe. Yes, Danganronpa New World Order. We will be checking that one out. I think that one has up to chapter 2, believe it or not. They're up to a chapter 2, I repeat. And I think they even did the trial for chapter 2. And it's playable. So, well, that's a lot of content right there. This was a wonderful stream. I hope to meet you in the interview by next week. Me and the Polar Moon crew are looking forward to be there by then. Thanks for the stream. No problem. And I'm super excited to see you guys and have you guys up on here talking about Konran Zanki. And hopefully that project is going to be finished soon. I would really like to see it, you know? Don't rush, of course, but I'd really be excited to see it. Do you want to see Penguin Romp? Oh, I've seen that. Somebody sent that to me on Twitter, actually. I have seen the Penguin Rompa. Still didn't get it. It's okay. I was hoping that at the end of the stream, I would be able to click out and I'd possibly have like, you know, the partnership thing so we could like celebrate on stream, but no, I still didn't get an email.
Hope will never die.